they actually wrote a state law
Mm-hmm.
where if I say you committed a crime and I tell you, I said, yeah, she had a weapon, she tried to kill him. Really, and as long as the police believes that, you're arrested.
Okay.
They're called statement charges or statement.
But it's not true.
Yeah, so they're not true. So they go to the jail, which kind of hits our taxes. At the end of the whole thing, they release them to misdemeanors, and we have a lot of those. And every day someone comes in and tells me a story that has no idea that I'm doing this. They're just like, "Where you been?" He goes, "Oh, I got arrested for what? My wife said that I beat her up and you know, that I hurt her." He goes, "It cost them $20,000 because they're trying to prove that she had a pimple." And he said that's what. So he goes, "That was not true." So at the end of the whole thing, he got custody of the kids for her lying, but he still lost $20,000.
Hmm.
You know, because it was a statement arrest. And these happen all the time. They just nonstop. Not just that. One counselor, her son, she's a counselor for this. This is what she does. She has a degree in everything.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her home because her son, or I think her son, uh, someone said that he committed a crime, which he did. But I said she's a professional in counseling. She knows what's going on. But she lost her home, and at the end she wins the case. It's like, so they have crimes that go up to the jailhouse that have nothing to do with costing the taxpayers money, 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 money. Money could be used for this. Like that money that we're losing could be used
For posters.
for kids somewhere. We save houses, all this stuff is like, but that comes from the state of Texas now. That comes from the state that Governor Abbott created.
I know.
And then when he created that law, I think sometimes police are in a predicament. They don't, if they make a mistake and that person is a criminal, comes back and kills that person, they're liable, see, because they could arrest them.
Okay, we are here at the first edition and
Oh, you're recording?
the posters. We are here at first edition and we have some new uh, banners of the missing children. There's Sebastian Rogers. He is out of Tennessee, Central Tennessee. And then we have Baby Zola. She is also from Tennessee, but she was last seen in Little Rock, Arkansas. She was with her grandparents. And this gentleman who owns this establishment is going to allow us to put these up in his business. So we're very appreciative. Once again, can you hold them side by side?
Yeah.
We have two. We have Sebastian Rogers and Baby Zola. Arkansas and Tennessee. Um, we had another establishment that were kind enough to do a little imprint on Sebastian's that says "So in Love," and they made it into a heart, kind of like a heart, but more of a circle, and it has missing person on the bottom. And of course, it has the Amber Alert information to call Sumner County, the FBI, or your local 911. On Zoe's, we have the Little Rock, Arkansas down here with the phone number. So we picked up a whole bunch of these today, and we're just delivering some of them to local businesses and businesses within our area so that they can hang them up. You never know. Miracles do happen, and the rest of them we're going to be taking down south. Thank you for watching, and thank you for helping with the children.
Yes, it's great. So real quick, I went to uh, I went to Georgia recently, and I saw him posted on the Walmart's wall.
What part of Georgia did you go to?
We went from, I think, on the travel to Georgia. I even took the pictures on my phone. I can show you.
Was it near Jennings? You
Yeah.
took a picture of it in
I
Georgia?
took pictures of Georgia's these posters on there, like not this big, but the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I swear I see this one here. I remember because I went. It was fascinating because I went to another Walmart because that's the best place to go when you have to take a break, and I saw the same persons. Like so, he's being
Yeah, he's getting a lot of publicity,
Yeah.
but a lot of the little ones, I mean,
Yeah.
she just went missing April 18th.
Yeah, not
That
this
was
one. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, not this one. Yeah.
A lot of these kids, and just like the ones on your door here,
Uh-huh.
a lot of these kids are not getting
Yeah,
attention.
what I'm probably gonna do too now is like I have a little block on my app where people download the books and I have a little advertisement. I'm probably gonna put a little roadblock with their pictures, missing children across. So when people looking for their books, they'll be able to see. You know, if you have any, if we can put information on it, so when
Well,
they
I can
click on
send
it,
it
yeah.
to. Have you heard about the International Texas Society, the veterans ones that's advertised right over here at the Coke Theater?
Uh-uh.
She was out here distributing stuff last,
Mm-hmm.
let's see, 4 weeks ago I was home. Because I've been gone 4 weeks. And they're having a coalition meeting up in Waco. And I'm going to be speaking about some of these missing kids up there.
Well, that's yeah. I'd like to get involved.
And believe
in
it or not, Fort Hood, they are going to do some of our printings. Let me see what you got there.
Don't tell me. I don't know where it's at. You know.
If you all can see his phone,
Mm.
these are the,
Ones that were posted in the Walmart.
was that near Jennings?
I think so. I think it was going on the way to. We stopped like Louisiana and all those places,
Mhm.
Mississippi, and I couldn't remember. I should have wrote down which ones they were. You know, but even I found it pretty good because um, we stopped at bathroom in Alabama since we're near Alabama,
Uh-huh.
so those posters were there. You know?
Yeah, but a lot of the states will not allow you to put these posters up in at the rest stops. I know
Yeah.
Alabama,
Some people,
Massachusetts.
yeah, some of them do.
Some of them
Here's
don't.
another one. See,
Let's see
Yeah.
who's on there.
can you see them?
Yeah, I can see them. They have a gold alert there for this
Mm-hmm.
this young girl.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
But yeah, so and I was noticing how the like everywhere you go, people don't pay attention to it, but I
Look,
do.
it says 19,562 kids have been found.
Well, they were featured in Walmart's missing.
Yeah,
children.
through the pictures of Walmart.
Oh, I've
since
been
Ja-
recovered since January.
Yeah, January 1st, 1996.
It's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids.
And but there was one more. Oh, see, but this is human sex trafficking on the wall. Was and it shows you what to watch out for.
Yeah, have
Like,
did you happen to stop by Buc-ee's on your way over
I
there?
always stop at Buc-ee's. I love Buc-ee's.
If you notice
I'm
some
a Buc-ee.
Buc-ee's,
I belong. I think I want to get a job at Buc-ee's.
yeah, they pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were in Tennessee. We just came home recently. And the Buc-ee's in Tennessee, well, they're a Texas company. In the bathrooms, they have some of the traffic kids and adults pictures.
Yeah.
Even in West Virginia, the new Buc-ee's up there.
Mhm.
So, yeah. But anyway,
This is when I was a young kid. I'm 60 now, so I was in the Marines, and of course we went to the Philippines. We went to Japan, Okinawa. They had the girls that would be in the bars, and later on, one of the girls said that they were human trafficking, but they didn't use the word human trafficking.
no.
And I didn't believe it until they showed me that they have, like in a two-story building, they had bars on top, and she was saying, "How can we jump from the second floor to the floor?" Yeah, because they put bars, so just to show us. So I went to report it to the commander. But back in the day, I was naive.
Well, let me tell you a story. Back in 1977, out of Chicago on the east side, there was a ring, and there were 128 girls involved in that ring. They were from like 14 to 25,
Yeah,
and they would traffic them from Chicago
yeah,
to Boston. And in Boston at that time, by the Haymarket, Cambridge, in between Boston and Cambridge, they had the underground tunnels with the
Yeah.
storefronts. I'm sure you've been to some place like that.
yeah. I studied a lot of it because
And the girls would walk the boardwalk right there
There
where
was-
the subways were.
I guess it was like the time where like now it's crazy. because of technology. But back in the day, of course, you go into small poverty places where they don't have, and it works all over the world like this. They don't have anything. They don't have any money, and they get absorbed by thinking they're gonna be famous model or they're gonna be something, right? And then at the end of the whole thing is a trap,
Yeah, but
and then they get caught in that. That's overseas. But here it seems that they kidnap, like in Mexico, they'll kidnap the people for ransom, and that's been happening since the
but
early
it's not just
60s.
for this. It's not just for the sex trafficking.
Yeah.
A lot of people are kidnapped for domestic use.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, they want them as servants.
Oh yeah. I got a book that's in Japanese right now, and I was looking at it, and it described a young girl's very young. Is talking about the same thing I was talking about in the early 1980s,
Uh huh.
and I was freaking out because she's a young girl and she was the ringleader to trap these girls, and catch them. I couldn't believe it.
They're eliminated, but I want to protect them.
So when I put these up, what do I do? I can frame them or do?
You can print them or whatever, but I just want to put them in plastic,
Mhm.
just so. But some of these I'm taking the last ones I'm taking with me
Yeah.
of Sebastian because he's going to be part of the not the like Carmen from Dallas, Sebastian. There's a little girl, her name's Summer Wells. She's out of Tennessee. Douglas Fritz out of Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're going to be at the coalition that we're having next week up in Waco.
Okay.
So, but the let's put Sebastian's in one of those.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him in the flyers. Like,
Well, that's good. I'm glad that the flyers are. You dropped it, sweetie.
because I kind of recognize like the faces.
But
Unless
anyway,
I've seen him before. Unless he's. Oh,
he's here also.
Yeah.
But the ones at this at Bucky's and some of the rest stops are
But
red.
people come in here and we talk about these. You know who talks about it more?
Who?
Kids.
Yeah, kids. Kids are.
See, they want to know, like, is it missing? What's wrong? I said, I tell them the truth. I said, you need to be careful who you talk to. I said, but a lot of kids are the ones that actually looking at the pictures of the kids. They go,
Did you see Jacqueline, the one that went missing in Colleen?
the one that passed away, she passed away?
Yeah, she
No.
died.
Sad. Did you have prayers for the kids in Louisiana? The ones that got
Yeah, we had prayers.
terrible. Yeah, we'll find out. We're talking about framing them outside. So, well, they're lasting. God probably wants them. Like, look at all the wind that's come through and it's still standing there.
Yeah, those flyers are still there.
Yeah, like it's unbelievable how they.
Well,
But next time, my friend said that we need to put them in like a protection sheet. I said, yeah, that's a good idea. But, I was praying that they find them quicker than now. Like it's terrible how everything runs. Did Walmart stop? I mean, you said that Walmart.
no, well, some of the WalMarts they're doing some of the WalMarts they are doing rotation based up on the regions. Like in Texas, there's 5 different regions for the missing persons. So what Walmart is trying to do, instead of doing the national ones, like you saw in Georgia, the bad thing about doing Walmart doing it regional is some of these kids, like from New York or West Virginia or whatever,
Right.
if they're not given national attention, then they're not. A lot of people travel. Truck drivers travel.
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking posters everywhere, banners, everything. But Walmart, you're right. They're changing the policies.
Yeah, because a lot of people stop at Walmart. Like me. Like I don't like to go to like bad bathrooms or something. I don't feel leaving my wife in. So I take her to a place where there's more people if I can. If not, I wait outside that door. But I said, well, my whole goal was when I went to these things and I did this. I said, let me see if these kids if the news is going across the travel that I'm taking. And I'm headed back to Georgia in June.
Do you want some more? You want some banners to take with you?
Yeah, we could put them like on purpose. Put them on the.
I'll have them made. I'll put in an order tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll put them on the wall there, like anywhere I stop, they'll last there for a while, or maybe we can pass them.
Even 30 days. I mean, with the new place, a new facility giving us a a good discount.
Because I'm really open if I had some pages like that and I stop, I can go to people who go, hey, excuse me. I can.
But see, as for Walmart, we don't own Walmart.
No, but outside, like.
Even if we go in and
restaurants,
say, hey, or write a letter to regional up in Arkansas, they're going to say, "You're just one person." Even if there were 20 people to write Walmart and say, "Hey, we don't like the fact that you're going to just do regional for these missing persons.
Right.
We like the national and international attention." Even in Mexico City, okay, we have Americans on their board because there are Walmarts in Mexico City and Chihuahua. They're everywhere. But if they change it, the kids are not just the kids, the adults are not going to get any more attention either.
Yeah, I mean, it is too close to home. I don't forget that one girl that was picked up here in Copper's Cove, and like in 3 days, she was already somewhere in Oregon, somewhere up there.
Yes.
In 3 days, I mean, she was already. They found her. God, thank God they found her. It's like she came home safe, but they happened online, and this guy just kidnapped her. Like, come all the way down here to go all the way down to Oregon. That's how much this thing has gotten out of control because they seem to be like going that far to do a crime. It's
But let's be truthful. You said you're 60.
60. Yeah.
Okay.
I just turned 60, so I'm
All
a
right.
60-year-old man.
Okay, so I'm older than you.
I'm still counting my candles.
But let's be truthful. You and I both have seen back in the days, the 70s and 80s, this sex trafficking and everything. I actually worked with someone in Boston because I was involved with the Chicago ring. So I've known about different types of sex trafficking since I was 17 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm an old woman now. And so you
How old
look.
are you? 64.
No, I'm a little bit older than that. But anyway, that's a long time to be around that type of criminal activity.
Right, but you've been heavily involved.
I'm heavily involved
Yeah.
because I've seen a lot of those women die.
So mine grew up different, where I was dodging a bullet every single time I turned around. It's like I was more trying to. Because during our era, like no one really cared. Like someone gets shot, it's like, oh, someone got killed. But like now, makes major news. But I've been avoiding that gun since I was a kid, like gangs. And I sometimes think about it. Man, I can't believe I'm around still. It's like I can't believe that. I'm literally talking about running and they're shooting at you. But
Was that in Juarez?
no, that was in San Antonio.
San Antonio?
San Antonio, San Antonio is like I know the streets. This is what I told someone from New York. He said, he says, I'm from New York. You will never survive the New York gangs. I told him.
The gangs in San Antonio are bad.
I know, but I told him, you're absolutely right. I said, I could never survive, even though I understand how gangs operate or what they're going to do. But that goes on both sides. You will never survive the gangs in San Antonio because you come from a bad, so you can't ever, you have to know what's going on in your surroundings.
Were you stationed near, no, you were a Marine.
I was in the Marines first.
But have you been to Fort Bliss?
No. No.
Have you been through El Paso?
I've been in El Paso.
So you know how it is downtown.
Yeah, I had a lot of Latinos from Mexico asking for money. I forgot because I'm thinking El Paso's up here, right? I forget the border would go across.
No, it goes from El Paso to Eagle Pass.
Yeah, but
I mean, the major crossings is in El Paso.
right, it's right there.
Juarez and El Paso, Eagle Pass.
Right in the corner. I stayed in the corner in a hotel, and then I saw the border patrol. I go, what's the border? Then stupid.
Yeah, well, you have to go through. You have to go.
Mexico's.
No, you have to
Yeah,
go through the
I
border
forgot
patrol to
Mexico.
get this way.
Yeah, that was I thinking. I go. Okay, I forgot Mexico.
But those cartels and the biking,
Yeah.
the bikers. I mean, they're bad down there. But
They try to set you up. I ran into
well,
some of
I'm
them.
I'm kind of prejudiced because I worked with the cartel schools
Yeah.
when I was in El Paso, and I took
The cartels or the syndicates?
no,
Because
let
I
me
know
tell
both
you
I know both of them.
I worked with
Not the
both.
cartels. I'm talking about the Mexican mafia.
Okay, I worked with the cartels because the kids, they would come to El Paso. The families were located
Right.
in Juarez, but they came across to get the benefits
Right.
because you know how it is with medical facilities over there.
Right.
Even the pharmacies are different over there. So I had what's called a looping classroom for the cartel children. I never turned them in. I never did anything. I worked with the kids, you know. I learned a lot from them. And once they take you in as family, sometimes it's different.
Hmm.
But my perspective changed on many things. So what else do you need besides the banners? When are you leaving again? What else do you
We're
need?
working on that. We're planning it now for June. We'll be gone for 4 days. I'll go to the council meeting in Georgia again, and then I'll come back.
When is your meeting here with the DA?
No, we already had it.
I know, but are you going to have another one?
I'll call him and see if he wants to do one live.
Did you meet Detective Strokes up there?
Not yet. But
He's a cool guy.
so I ran into like all these questions I had was about again on these arrests, right, on the state,
Hmm.
because something has to be done because of the prison. So much people.
Yeah, I know. We got 9 prisons up there.
Yeah, and it's incredible because we're overbooked, and but somebody has to have some kind of foundation to see what the cause is, and no one's actually attacking that. Everybody's trying to talk about spending more money getting you jail, but let's stop. Let's see what's happening because it's not going to solve $1 million or $9 million problem, but but if we're arresting people, on these statements, and there's so many of them. That is what I'm focusing on. Like,
Okay.
and I'm not saying that is the cause of the whole thing, but it's a start because if we're releasing, he gave me the paper. It's right here on my desk. He showed me all the arrests and how many people are being moved to different formats to get these trials out of the way because they're overbooked too. That's how much it is.
All right. I'll have it made. It'll take a couple days.
Yeah.
Bring him back to
I'm
you.
still here for a while, and then like I said, we're praying at June, either June 1st or June 15th. I drive this time again.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
Thank you for all your assistance.
Anytime.